Hi, now did you know that it's Earth Day this Friday? So I thought I'd share with you just a few of my sustainable foodie and fashion ideas. So starting off really with shop local where you can, shop sustainable, obviously ditching as much of the plastic packaging as possible. If you're buying eggs, I've got a farm shop near me, so I always get my eggs from there. But even if you're not in the countryside, key things to look for are organic, free range. You want to avoid all the battery hens if you can, because they're much higher welfare if they get free range to peck organically on the lovely ground that they are living on. So things like buying in bulk, so many more shops are springing up that are getting rid of plastic packaging. So this is a local one to me, so I bulk buy things like flour, for example. You just take paper bags and you can refill, and then you can refill your own containers at home. It's really satisfying and it often works out a lot cheaper as well. Other things that you can do is sign up for a veg box scheme if you haven't already. I'll make sure that I pop the links to some of our favourites, but the great thing about that is it tends to come from local British family-run farms, and you get a variety of different things that are in season and grown locally, and there's always a surprise. What are you going to get? So it's kind of creating more diversity in the diet as well, which is a good thing. When you've finished your cooking, start a compost bin. So I get these paper compostable sacks and I just put all my veg peelings and bits of leftovers in there and start a little compost. So even if you've just got window boxes or plants on your patio, then you can still have a small amount of homegrown compost, and you're getting rid of that food waste and recycling it, so it's going back into the whole life cycle. Now, you've probably seen on Instagram or YouTube before that I'm a great fan of milk vending machines, and I'm really lucky I've got one near me. But there are many, many more all around the country, and we have got a whole list of UK milk vending machines if you want to go and take a look. So I get my milk in glass. If you can find it in glass bottles, that is really good. And just try and get as much as you can in glass. So I found some kefir that comes in a glass bottle rather than a throwaway plastic single-use. It's those single-use plastic bottles that are really such a killer. But of course, with things like kefir and yogurt, they're very easy to make, much cheaper, really easy, and of course it gets rid of a lot of the plastic waste as well. So we do have more YouTube tutorials making kefir, making homemade yogurt, and again, I'll pop the links in the URL so that you can follow those, or just go to earlewellbeing.com. Now, talking about containers and glass, using a refillable water bottle, whether it's tin or glass or whatever, so that you fill it up before you go out, so you're not suddenly really thirsty, especially as the weather gets warmer, and having to buy single-use plastic bottles. So keep a few refillable water bottles with you. And if you are buying coffee, tea, now that we're out and about a bit more, even those cardboard cups that you get from the coffee shops, they've been shown not to be very biodegradable. So have your refillable cup and take that with you wherever you go. And whenever you go out, take a bag. Don't use plastic carrier bags. Take a reusable shopper, or just pack a few reusable bags. In here I've got some of my glass recycling bottles that are going to go back to the dairy. And look at labels, because there are some labels that are really good evidence of sustainability and good provenance. So fair trade is obviously one of my favourites. This is one of my favourite organic teas, and this is the fair trade symbol, and you'll find it on things like tea and coffee and chocolate and sugar and so many more things. Even you'll find it on jewellery. So these are my fair trade gold earrings. So I've got a small botanical range of jewellery, and it's 100% fair trade gold. So you can check that out on Earle Jewellery, or just if you're in the market for buying jewellery, just ask the jeweller, have you got anything made of fair trade gold or silver? And then last but not least, coming to fashion. You know, fast fashion is just such a big component of landfill these days. So this is one of my favourite shirts. I found it in a charity shop, so it's pre-loved, so vintage, online auction websites, charity shops, a great way. You can pick up a bargain and of course grab something that's not just going to end up in landfill. It's going to be loved and worn by you. So I hope just a few of those ideas have helped inspire you for Earth Day. If you've got any other suggestions, I'd love to hear. Just pop them in the comments below. And have a very happy Earth Day.